Hello, my name is Elliott Haut, and I've been asked to talk to you today a little bit about what Center can do for you as a researcher. I'm going to use an example of a VTE prophylaxis project that's funded through Center and kind of walk you through what Center has been able to do to help me get this project off the ground. I'm going to talk to you today about Clot 3. If there's a Clot 3, there must have been a Clot 1 and 2. Clot 1 and 2 were also run through Center with Peggy Knutson as the PI. And it's a big multi-center project about venous thromboembolism and trauma. Unfortunately, I can't be there today in person. I really wish I could. Trust me, I'd rather be there in person than be here. But I put my email and my Twitter handle on in case people have questions to ask me afterwards. So we have a project funded through the PCORI Patient-Centered Outcomes Research Institute. The primary contract goes to Center, and me as the key personnel and the primary investigator are subaward contracted from Center to Johns Hopkins University. This project has been going on for about a year. And our goal is to scale proven interventions, work we've done before that actually works to decrease missed doses of VTE prophylaxis. And we're going to scale that up to 10 trauma centers across the country. So we've been actively working with the centers. We're doing a lot of different projects related to it. But the specifics you can find out more on the Center webpage. But what I want to talk to you today is a little bit about the logistics of working with Center. So here's more information that you can find on the PCORI website. This is the title of our project, Implementing Best Practice Patient-Centered VTE Prevention in Trauma Centers. So we have worked with Center closely, and we have 10 participating trauma centers that are listed here. I won't name them, but you can see they're spread out all across the country. They're mostly level 1s with one level 2. And we also work with stakeholder organizations outside of Center. While Center is the driving force that helps a bunch of this project move forward, we also couldn't get it done without the blood clot organizations we work with, the trauma organizations, of course, including AAST, as well as all these other different groups that are not just the typical trauma organizations. The American Trauma Society is an example, and the Society of Trauma Nurses. So the project is working through these groups to change VTE prophylaxis. So the question is, well, what did Center do for me, and what could Center do for you as a researcher? So the first part is the grant preparation. As you might imagine, a grant with 10 centers might need a lot of prep work, and it did. As an example, we had over 100 letters of support. Each center needed a PI letter and a trauma nurse letter and an informatics letter and a leadership letter and a nursing chief nursing officer or something like that letter. So just those letters of support from the sites as well as the organizations that supported us, that was a huge undertaking. In addition, Center was great for working on the budgets. Like I said, the money comes to Center and it comes out to subawards to these 10 centers, plus to us at Johns Hopkins. We've got 11 different subawards, as well as the writing of some of the grant part itself. So once this got funded, the next piece is the actual execution of the contract. And PCORI works on contracts, not grants. So if I said the word grant, that was incorrect. So it's always a contract. And we are using and work literally every week and meet with Michelle and Lizette and the people you would get to know at Center for the project management and the contracting, the subawards, all the IRBs, our central IRB, as well as the 10 IRBs, data use agreements to share data back to us at Hopkins. We're working on all the planning for the publications, the communication, the webinars we do every month with our sites, as well as with our key stakeholders. We've got a great website that Pam Bixby's been able to help us with. Data collection, data management, data analysis. And don't underestimate the reports that go back to your funders. Some of those take a really long time. So this is what Center's been helping with this project on. I did want to end on a slightly different note. I've got one slide about another Center project. This is a funded grant that Todd Costantini and I are the co-PIs on. This came to center from the NIH, NHLBI. It's a conference grant. The conference is going to be about VTE, optimal VTE prophylaxis and trauma. It's going to be next May. It's going to be a hybrid, free online if anybody wants to come, low cost in-person version. And you'll be hearing more and more from Center about this project. Once again, I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person, but hopefully this gives you a bit of a feel of how Center can help you work on a research project.